Hey, how you doing? Alex Swinson here. Hey, I'm excited to be going over the scholarship and roster information updates specifically to Division 1, and we're also going to go into Division 2, Division 3 in junior college. But the major updates are Division 1 from a scholarship and roster standpoint, and it goes all the way through 2024, which we're going to be talking about today because it's important that we're going to be informed because we're going to be trying to take one of these roster positions. And also, hey, if we can get a scholarship, that is fantastic. It's just good to get this information and how it all works. We need to know and study all of this to, again, help us, give us the best chance to play at the next level. Then plus, I'm going to be going into 3 tips that you need to be doing this summer because now we are in the contact period. The recruiters are out and recruiting at these events. They can go and watch you and talk to you depending on your year, of course, but we're going to be going into that at the end. So, hey, stick around. This won't be a crazy long video, but if you get anything from this video, please like and subscribe here on my channel. Would really appreciate that. And let's dive into it right now. I'm going to go on and switch over to my PowerPoint here. I'm doing something a little bit different for anybody that knows this. So I'm going to put this up. I figured this might be a little bit easier to read. So this is what we're going over, the scholarship and roster information. Let's get into Division 1 roster information updates, and then we're going to be going into scholarship right after this. So the traditional roster limit for Division 1 is 35. You can only have 35 active players on your roster as a Division 1 team. Okay, so when a coach writes out a lineup, he can only have 35 or less. Okay, and that does not include redshirt. So for example, my freshman year, I redshirted and I did not count towards that active 35. So there can be technically on the rosters on their website, there could be 38, 39, even 40 student athletes on their roster, but only 35 of them can play during a game or week. Okay, now, and if you break a red shirt, okay, then you are an active player, and we can get into that in another video. But that 35 limit is key, and why I bring that up because that has changed this year in 2021, which we're ending right now. We're in the super regionals as I'm recording this video right now. We're about to get into the super regionals, and they had an unlimited amount of rosters they could have as far as in their playing. But now going into next year, they are taking that away because of everything that happened with the pandemic and how every year, meaning freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, they were coming back. So, and then plus the seniors from high schools were coming in for the 2020 seniors, I should say, high schools were coming into the 2021 season. So there was a huge influx of rosters. So they just try to really make it as simple as possible and gave unlimited roster numbers. Okay, and there's going to be a transfer. There has been a change of transfer rules, which we'll get into again in another video. But now for this upcoming year, 2022, after this, they're going to limit to 40 players. And then the next year, 2023, it will be 38 players. And then in 2024, we are going back to 35. Okay, 35, which is again that traditional limit, if you will. And again, red shirts do not include on your roster cap. So let's get into scholarship information. So the Division 1 scholarship information update. So the traditional scholarship information as far as what you can be giving out is 27, 27 student athletes, I should say. So, and you have 11.7 if you are fully funded to divide amongst those 27. So let me clarify that again. I don't know if I did a great job. So you have 27 scholarship athletes you can have traditionally, okay, and that's been for a long time. And if you are fully funded, you can give out 11.7. Okay, but the thing is, not all of these Division 1 schools are fully funded. Frankly, most of them are not fully funded. The Power Fives are, so you got your SEC, ACC, etc., that are definitely fully funded. And again, this is your traditional. And now, with the 2022 season, they have 32 scholarship athletes that they can divvy out. Okay, this scholarship is going up into the 13s to divvy out amongst the 32. Okay, and then you're going to have 8 non-scholarship athletes. So you've had 8 non-scholarship athletes always. Okay, the 27 plus 8 is 35. If you remember going back to the rosters, you can only have 35 cap, and out of those 35, 27 of those scholarship athletes, okay, can be on scholarship. It is, other than a Power 5, most schools are actually not giving 27 scholarships because, for example, a mid-major school might only have 8 scholarships that they have to divvy out, and they have to give a minimum of 25, and this is the traditional rule of this. This is now changed, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a history. Okay, throughout all of these changes, 22, 23, and 24, there are always 8 non-athletic scholarship athletes. They can be on academic scholarships, but they can't be on athletic. So in 2022, 32 scholarship athletes, 2023, 30 scholarship athletes, and then dwindling down to 27, where it has been for a while. The big key takeaway from here is they are eliminating the 25. That was a pretty brutal circle right there, sorry. But elimination of the 25% scholarship rule in 2022 and 2023, and there's a good feel from these coaches that I talked to that that's going to stay all the way through and just eliminate from now on. So meaning you could give a guy a 10% scholarship, a 5% scholarship, a 15% scholarship, rather than having to give them 25% minimum, which again, that traditional rule has been for a little while. They used to have this about 10 years ago and beyond, and then they changed it to 25%. But a lot of coaches and assistants and recruiting coordinators did not like that rule, and they have changed that. So that is Division One. If you guys have any comments, please comment down below. Of any questions, if you need me to clarify anything, please comment down below or email me. And then we have the Division Two. Nothing has changed from my knowledge. I could be wrong on this, but I've done research on the Division Two. From what I know going into next year, the roster cap have not changed. It's 39 is the roster cap of active players. They can have more than that, okay? Again, red shirts. And then they have 9 scholarships they can divvy out, okay, amongst those, okay? And again, they can divvy those out how the coaches sees fit. And then check in, I just wrote this, check and see if academic scholarships are available. So some of these schools, whether Division 1 or Division 2, a lot of them do have academics. Some schools they'll only give one scholarship, so it's either athletic or academic. And then some other schools, like the school I went to, Jacksonville University, gives stacking, so they can give athletic and academic. Vanderbilt does that as well. All right, let's get into Division 3. So Division 3, there are no athletic scholarships, but there are academic scholarships, and a lot of Division 3 schools are high academics schools. You'll see like the Johns Hopkins of the world, the Tufts, University of Chicago. So really good high academic, good baseball schools, but they do not have athletic scholarships, but they can give academic scholarships, and frankly, you can get a lot more money academically than you might can athletically because of the limits. And there is not a roster limit on the Division 3, but of course, they're not going to carry 50 to 60 guys on a single team. Usually the average is around 35. Now they might have a JV team, okay, that you work your way up to. That's definitely starting to become a little more popular, which I think is a healthy thing. Guys work their way up into that varsity role, kind of like how you would in high school and be a contributor there. So let's get into junior college. So junior college scholarship and roster information. So you have a 30-player roster cap, and this is for Division 1 junior college. There's actually 3 divisions, but I'm just going over the Division One junior college cap, so 30-player roster cap, 24 athletic scholarships available to divide amongst the players, and you can transfer to Division One, Division Two, or Division Three after your first or second year. If you do not know that, so junior college is only 2 years, but you can transfer after the first year or the second year to, again, one of those divisions. Okay, and I think junior college is a great option for players that need another year development, or they relate to recruiting, or they just didn't get recruited from a certain division, or they went about finding a school the wrong way. They couldn't find a school, or they just didn't do the right steps. And junior college could be a great option there. So now let's talk about what you need to be doing this summer, okay? Because it's been over 15 months since these college coaches have been out recruiting. So we are again in the prime of recruiting. So what do you need to be doing? You need to be getting exposure in person with these college coaches. Okay, so you need to be going to showcases and or camps to get in front of these college coaches. And then when you do that, make sure you email these coaches a day or two before and a day or two after your camp. Okay, just it can be an email saying, hey coach, really looking forward to seeing you this weekend and playing in front of you. By the way, here is my summer schedule and also my video, and I look forward to showing you my skill set on Saturday or Sunday or whatever day the showcase or camp is going to be. Okay, this can get them on your they can get on your radar, and you can get on their radar, okay, by starting that communication. So when they do see your name down there, they know that you've reached out. And of course, asking them or really emailing them back after the camp and showcase, and just showing appreciation and if there's anything that they need. Okay, hey, well, I appreciate you guys staying for this long in this video. Please ask any questions that you have about any recruiting topics, and I'll be happy to go into them. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.